Good morning, ladies and gents. How are you doing on a Thursday morning? Everybody doing okay out there? Hopefully you are doing good. Your morning's off to a nice little start. Appreciate you guys kicking off that morning here with winning bets as we get to talk some sports and talk some sports betting as well. Let's make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday, and then let's talk our way through some action here. We got some soccer, some NHL, some NBA, dropping some of your bets, dropping some of your leans in the comment section. I'm curious what you guys are also be betting this afternoon. Let's go ahead and start off with that recap where it all started off in that Champions League action where we, of course, had Tottenham to advance up against AC Milan, and they obviously did not get the job done in a 0-0 goalless match there against AC Milan. I don't know, was Tottenham bad or AC Milan good? I don't know. Either way you look at it, that's two games up against AC Milan where Tottenham was not the better team. And, watched that entire match yesterday. Obviously had 3 units on it, so it got my attention. But, to be fair, I was also watching the entire Bayern-PSG match. But you could say Tottenham was growing back into the match and they were starting to get chances. Obviously when Romero gets the red card, which is completely unnecessary. You just got a Milan player with the ball, coming down the flank. He's like the halfway line, and you come in with this reckless, completely unnecessary, tackle that damn near could have been a straight red. It was so, unnecessary and a little violent. But it was a second yellow, so whatever. But it's just so unnecessary. But anyway, so you could say up until that point, Tottenham was starting to get into the match and, starting to create some chances. Well, first, their chances weren't really all that great. They only had 2 shots on target. Nothing was really that threatening. Their best chance came in injury time there with Harry Kane. But the reason why Tottenham was looking, better the last 5 or so minutes before that red card is just because of the way Milan started to defend, right? As long as that, as that match progressed and got closer to the full-time whistle, Milan was less interested in going forward. It was just going to, park the bus, so to speak, close the gaps, make the spaces minimal, and just make it difficult on Tottenham. And, yeah, they were having possession. They were creating chances again, but no chances really all that threatening. So I don't really think Tottenham was growing back into the match. I assume if they have 11 men for that remaining, 12, 13 minutes, whatever it was, they probably still don't get a goal. They weren't doing all that really much impressive, and they weren't really impressive that entire night. So they bow out, obviously, of Champions League, and in the process, we go ahead and, sickening lose, a 3-unit play. So I feel your pain if you tailed that. I had 3 of my units on it as well, so I certainly feel your pain. We've been these multi-unit plays in 2023. That's been our stumbling block. And remember on Monday, I shared with you guys we're down 8.42 units in 2023. Well, we lost a 5-unit bet on Real Madrid. We lost a 3-unit bet on Bonzi. That's 8 units right there. You don't make those 2 bets, and you're basically, even on the year, only down 0.42 units. And then now we suffer yesterday another 3-unit loss. So, damn, these multi-unit plays, they'll even out over a larger sample size. And unfortunately, we have lost them coming out of the gates here. And we're not going to force it to make it even out. But over time, it'll even out. It's just a little bit unfortunate right here. So, man, really disappointing performance there by Tottenham. The other game that obviously we didn't bet, and you don't see it here on the screen, we mentioned live betting. That was a match where that over-under could have gone either way, right? It cashed under 2.5. The game ended 2-0. But watch that match. That one could have gone over/under. That was just a really tough one. I think in the end, it was probably a wise decision to stay off. I mentioned on the show liking Bayern. I was on Team Bayern, but obviously didn't pull the trigger on them. And then I think in watching that, I think why PSG didn't have the amount of success that they had in that last 15, 20 minutes when Mbappe got subbed on. I think Mbappe was, he's always generally successful when he's on the pitch, but I think he was really successful in that first leg because he was going up against tired legs, right? The fastest player in all of soccer coming on in the 75th minute, now going up against tired legs. He looked explosive in that first leg, but he didn't look all that explosive because he wasn't going up against tired legs. It was an even footing right there. So he still looked good, but he not like in that first leg in that last 15, 20. So Bayern just doing Bayern things in the Champions League. And I'll reveal at the end of next week when all these, round of 16 matches are complete, who's my top 3 left in Champions League. But Bayern's going to be up there. Bayern just is going to be up there. They're always tough in Europe, and they showed it again bouncing PSG. So that's what happened yesterday in the Champions League. Then we rolled out, obviously, in the NBA. We suffered a loss there with Chris Paul, and not only was it a loss in my mind, but obviously you can see there in the tweet that I've got the angry, pissed off face because In pregame warm-ups, Kevin Durant slips on the court and has an ankle injury, and we just don't make that bet, obviously, if Kevin Durant's not playing. So that's why I thought that one, while he had 18 points and he wasn't near staying under 11.5, I thought it was a brutal bet. Because do we make that bet if Kevin Durant's not playing? No, we don't make that bet if Kevin Durant's not playing. We don't want any part of that bet if Kevin Durant's not playing. So, and he didn't get ruled out till 30 minutes before the game, so I guess you probably just get burned on that, right? Because you're gonna have to lock that bet in at some point, unless you truly wait till tip off to see these starting lineups. You get saved, but I don't have that luxury in the evening time to monitor injury reports. So I think that one's a tough loss right there. We've seen the track record with Durant on the court in this new offense. He's probably going to stay under, so tough one right there. But otherwise, the NBA was great to us, and it's unfortunate that happened because I think we do go 3-0 in the NBA, and then you're just juiced out because then you're essentially 3-3 on the night, right? Because you got a 3-unit play in Tottenham. So, Jamal Murray under 21.5 points, no sweat, under cash. We talked about that top 5 defense in the Bulls against point guards. It showed up last night. He only had 11 points on 4 for 15 shooting. Just the numbers worked, right? You love it when the numbers work and the research works, and that one was a no sweat winner. And then Fred VanVleet over 7.5 assists. May have just stumbled on an absolute gem in this new lineup. That's now 7-0. 7-0. He's gone over 7.5 assists in this new look lineup with Jakob Poeltl starting. He ended the night last night with 9 assists. Obviously, we've only played the last 2 because they've been really good spots in terms of how that team defends the point guard position. But I'll have to go back. I assume they play Friday, and that gives me time to look between now and then, look at all 7 opponents. But this could just be a bet where you just bet it. I mean, we're not going to blindly bet it quite yet. I do want to look at those 5 opponents that we didn't bet and see where they rank in terms of defending the point guard position in comparison to the Nuggets and the Clippers last night that we did get 2 cashes. But I think we could have potentially stumbled on something. So I think we do have Fred VanVleet going forward. Unfortunately, I don't think that Chris Paul, play could be active going forward as Durant's set for an MRI, and he could be out for some amount of time. So really unfortunate right there. So either way, a good night in the NBA. Could have been a better night. Could have been a better day overall. But 2-1 in the NBA, 0-1 in soccer, down 2.26 units. Still up on the week. I mean, it's still a good week. It certainly is still a good week. Plus 2.51 units on the week. We didn't really lose any arbitrage. We obviously earned a $10 free bet. You guys know how that works around here. So sorry we didn't lose that, or we didn't win that 3-unit bet. Again, I feel your pain. I mean, 3 of my units are on that as well. So I certainly feel your pain. So all right, let's hop on into that comment section. See what you guys are up to on a great Thursday morning, and then let's talk some sports today. So up to gent. Let's make some money. I hear that, my man. Let's take some money. NCAA conference tournament time. Let's go. Yeah, you guys know I won't dabble in that, but I'm super excited for you guys because I know the excitement of March Madness. I was once a college kid and loved March Madness. So, yeah, I'm happy for you guys. Get it. Morning, Ross. Morning, Tim. Morning, Brian. Jared, good morning, my man. Rough few days, let me tell you. Maybe a rough few days for you. I'm fine. I have 2 sweeps. I don't know. Not a rough few days. A rough play with Tottenham, and then, like I said, I think we get screwed on the Chris Paul play, but that is what it is. You took Golden State, but earlier on the Iowa State game, LFG. You took Golden State. Okay, I don't know anything about college, so good luck, my man. PSG was disappointing. Or is Byron that good? And I think more Byron's just that good. I think Byron's just. I think Byron's just that good. Simply put. Let's get it, Cole. Appreciate that winner last night, man. Appreciate that winner. I did see, Cole, that Wizards and Hawks are playing again tomorrow night. Exact same thing. Hawks are probably going to be the road favorite, so now they're going to be 10-1 in that scenario. So, yeah, I'll come along with you again tomorrow night, Cole. Appreciate that one, man. Appreciate that. You also took Man United full-time and Rashford to score. You think they'll bounce back? I will tell you, this season, when Man United has lost by 3 goals and more, in the next fixture, they're undefeated. So Ten Hag knows how to chew the boys out, knows how to get them motivated off a disappointing performance. Hard not to like them at home against Betis. We'll certainly talk about that matchup here coming. But, yeah, back in United today at home, coming off a disappointment. Seems like a great spot right there. VanVleet is hopefully will stay good to us. I hope so too, Brian. I think we've stumbled on something really good here in this new lineup. So we'll see what the lineup, or we'll see what the matchup looks like on Friday. I don't know who they play. Got plenty of time to obviously look into that, but I think you're right. Sorry to hear that, Jared. Sorry to hear that, man. It's good. You're gonna bounce back. Goddamn right, you're gonna bounce back today. Goddamn right, you're gonna bounce back today. All right, let's talk first. Where do you guys want to start the conversation off with? Soccer? Let's go ahead and start the conversation off with soccer. Obviously, that's some of the earlier action. I was prepared. Sporting Arsenal. Everybody knows I don't really like betting Europa League because, I don't know. I can't wait to read the comments when somebody asks me. I just can't wait. When somebody asks me, is Leverkusen going to win? Yeah. Is anybody watching this goddamn team from Hungary? Has anybody watched the Hungary soccer league all season long? No, you've not. So we're just going to blindly bet Leverkusen today on the money line today, fellas? Is that what we're going to do? No, this is why I don't like Europa League. I don't watch, Union Berlin's playing Royal Union SG. Like, who the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not betting that game. Juventus versus Freiburg, that's not going to be a walk in the park for Juventus. Freiburg is going to give them all kinds of trouble. Sevilla versus Fenerbahce, like, I'm not betting that shit. And Shakhtar versus Feyenoord, I'm not betting that. So anyway, the only matchups obviously I really care about is Sporting and Arsenal. I was prepared last night to give out under 2.5. It was at minus 125 when I went to bed and was like, man, I'll just sleep on it. Just make sure when I wake up in the morning, I still feel good about that. I did feel good about that. So I log on to DraftKings to buy it and then tweet it, and it's minus 175. So that's a missed opportunity. I obviously can't bet minus 175, but I still like the under in that one. I think that one is going to be a nice low scoring affair, but now it's, unplayable in my mind at minus 175. And then the other match that Jared mentions, Manchester United at home against Betis. Jared's right. United should certainly get the job done. As I said, coming off a big whopping, 7-0 in their history of the season on Ten Hag, like they've been all fired up. Are you going to dabble, though, in a clean sheet? Are you going to dabble in maybe win to nil? Like, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at in that fixture. Win to nil, maybe clean sheet, something along those lines. Can't do the money line, obviously, at minus 250. I don't know, fellas. I don't know. Do I do a parlay of under 3.5 in Sporting Arsenal and maybe do like a Man U team total? I don't know. So I don't have a soccer bet as of right now. Maybe we use our $10 free bet that we earned last night. And we maybe use that because it's Europa League, and Europa League has, been tough over the years. It's been tough over the years. This Thursday night competition with teams you don't know who the hell they are, traveling to Eastern Europe, traveling to Turkey, traveling to Hungary. I don't know this crap. So I don't know, fellas. As of right now, I do not have a Europa League play. I'm trying my best, obviously, not to force it. And as of right now, I don't have a play. So, again, drop it in the comment section. Kind of let me know what you guys are thinking on this Europa League. Maybe we can talk our way into some more winners like we did that one day when we talked our way through some player props in the NBA and we talked our way into a winning night in the NBA going 2-1. Drop something in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But the undershot in Sporting Arsenal and United, unless you do the team total or a clean sheet, they've kind of made that one a little bit tough to bet. So that's kind of where I'm at this afternoon. Or this morning, whatever, and the whatchamacallit, Europa League. What are you talking about here, Fish? Scared to bet a clean sheet with Man U after the Liverpool game, maybe an over. Like I said, not the way Ten Hag gets into them, at least. And then Betis, they actually lost, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but their midfielder that's like the creative guy, Fakur, or I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name. He's out with an ACL injury, so they've lost one of their playmakers. I've not watched any of their games. I know it looks like they're doing decent in La Liga. They're in 5th place. They just played against Real Madrid this past weekend. It was 0-0. I'm not suggesting maybe an over. I think Betis is going to struggle to score. I look at Manuel Pellegrini. Look how he's kind of set them up on the road. I think this feels like a low-scoring game, and they're going to even struggle to score. So I don't know if I can quite get to an over. I wouldn't say it's an over because, they got thrashed by Liverpool. I think Liverpool and Betis are on different levels, and you watch that game. United gave up. Just dumb mistake. So, I don't know. Rashford to score is even money. Going to take a stab at it. Yep. Why is a Golden State game -2 and -7? We can get to that. And how do we feel about a team total or over-under play? Yeah, it's like, you can take United team total over 1.5, Brian. but it's minus 210, I think. You can't bet minus 210. I mean, unless you're doing parlays. It's a good parlay piece. But even then, I think Betis and Manuel Pellegrini, they're going to keep it tight. Real Madrid didn't score this past weekend. And you could maybe say Real Madrid's in a little bit of a form. Maybe they're having a hard time scoring. But Real Madrid didn't score on them. So I wouldn't expect United just to run it up. And that's not how Pellegrini is going to set them up. He's going to set them up to keep the game low scoring and give themselves a chance in the reverse fixture at home next Thursday. So, yeah, I can't quite get there. Don't force a soccer play. Yeah, it's either. That's why I'm thinking about using a $10 free bet, because I feel like I want to bet it, Tyler. Like I'd like some skin in the game this afternoon, because I know I'm going to watch Arsenal's entire match. I know I'm going to watch Man United's entire match because they're in different time slots. That's why I'm thinking about using the free bet we earned last night. That's where my head's at more. So it won't be forced, Tyler. I mean, I've said that a bunch, and I'll and thank you for reiterating it. But yeah, it won't be forced. Man United is in the better league, better competition. Yeah, I mean, it depends on finding the right bet though. Everything's so juicy. That's the problem. Yeah, I agree. They'd get smoked by Liverpool. Stat of the day. Here we go. The over is 10-3 when the Warriors are road favorites. Warriors are 10-3. I'm telling you, Cole, I don't know if you guys are following him or read comments on tweets, but I'll tweet something, then Cole will come in with a fire stat. That's a fire stat right there, 10-3. So love to see that right there. All right, so that's where I'm at in soccer, fellas. Let's just turn the conversation now to, let's go to basketball next. I've identified 3 spots that I think are good. And I think there's some opportunities to put some money in our pocket tonight. Let's talk about the first one here between the Knicks and Kings. I like Knicks 3-pointers is where I'm at tonight. Look, the Kings ranked 28th in effective field goal percentage allowed. They also ranked 28th in 3-point field goal percentage allowed. And the Kings' numbers are actually worse at home in both effective and 3-point field goal percentage allowed, which is a little staggering. What do the Kings also do at home? Those games are high scoring. I mean, this total is 238.5, which I think is the highest one on the board tonight. I have the game scored at 241. I mean, Kings games at home are high scoring. So you've got a Kings team where games are high scoring. Again, they're 28th in effective field goal percentage, 28th in 3-point field goal percentage allowed, and the Knicks take the 8th most 3-point attempts in all of the NBA. So that's a great combination, right? We allow you to shoot the 3 really well, and you also take a lot of 3-pointers. So what would we target in that? We would target, depends on the injury status. The reason you don't get any props and the reason why I can't get you a bet is Jalen Brunson is a game-time decision. They give up a shit ton of 3-pointers to the point guard and shooting guard. I thought this would be a Julius Randle spot, but they're actually decent at defending the power forward position. It's the point guard and shooting guard that they're god-awful at from the 3-point range. But because Jalen Brunson's a game-time decision, we're not getting props on him. You can't get Quentin Grimes, and you can't get Emmanuel, Quigley? I can't remember what the hell that guy's name is, but whatever it is. Those are the 3 guys I would want. And of those 3 guys, I would want Emmanuel Quigley based on, shot attempts and what have you. And if Brunson's not injured, we know he's going to be in the starting lineup from what's been happening last game when Brunson didn't play. But I can't give you the bet because books aren't giving you anything from a Knicks player other than Julius Randle. But because Brunson matters, he's going to dictate what that starting lineup's going to look like. And then player minute-wise, they're just not giving us the prop. So I'm going to bet that game. So get on me on Twitter. There will be a Brunson, a Quigley, or a Quentin Grimes 3-point thing. And that game is, I'm looking at my phone now, 9. So you may not get injury news, and that's Central Time. You might get injury news till 8 p.m. Central Time. So that bet could come out late. So just stay tuned on Twitter. I can't ignore they can't defend the 3, and we take a lot of 3s. To me, that's a great angle. So we'll get in a bet right there. Let's talk about another one that we like. How about Rockets and Pacers? I also like the Pacers from the 3-point arc right there. Pacers take the 6th most 3-point attempts in the NBA. The Rockets are 27th in defending the 3-pointers. They're 28th on the road, which is 3 percentage point worse than their average. When they go on the road, they really can't defend the 3. This game's obviously at home in Indiana. The Rockets are also dead last at 3-pointers made to the point guard position. This is a Halliburton game. And what do the sports books do? Over 2.5 made 3-pointers is minus 170. I mean, it becomes a parlay piece. Or do you jump on FanDuel, alternate 3s, and do 4 or more at plus 150? That's where that's the decision I'm making. I don't have anything showing up on the screen, so I don't have a bet to share, but I'd rather not do the parlay piece. I think I'd rather just take a stab at the plus money and say, you take a lot of threes at home. This team can't defend the three worth shit. They're also dead last at your position. I'm thinking about gambling. Actually, I'm thinking about taking a chance on the plus money, and I've always said I was going to give out at least one bet on this show every day. I said that, I don't know how many years, whenever I started this thing. I'm going to hop on FanDuel right now and see what the alternate three-pointer is for him to have 4 or more. It was at plus 150. It's still at plus 150. So it hasn't moved. And the other one, it's minus 175 for his over 2.5 line. I was disgusting they put that one, so much juice on that one. But 4 or more, he's got a good game log. And he takes 7 a game. He averages 7.2. He's coming off a 5 for 10 night. He's coming off a 6 for 10 or 6 for 9 night before that. So it's there. But, just a decision on, do you want to take the juice and the parlay piece, or do you want to maybe take the gamble and bump them up to 4 or more three-pointers? So that's the decision we're at right there. And then this one here, I may need your help with, guys. Hornets taking on the Pistons. I'm targeting the Pistons center, James Wiseman. He played against these Hornets on February 27th and dropped 23 points. The Hornets are bottom third in the NBA in point and field goal percentage allowed to the center position. But while you get a number on James Wiseman at 14.5, don't go rush to bet it yet, because Jalen Duren, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he's probable to return to the lineup. Now, sportsbooks aren't giving you a line on him, which makes you maybe think that he's not going to return. But if you bet James Wiseman over 14.5 points, and I think it's a great betting spot based on how the Hornets defend the center position, if all of a sudden Jalen Duren is a starter and he's back, you're effed. Because James Wiseman's not going to get the amount of minutes to cover an over 14.5. So how can you bet that one pre-match? I don't know how you do bet that one pre-match. So I think you've got to wait for the injury news. And then does that mean, though, if Duren plays, do you shift and come off of James Wiseman's over? And then do you jump on Jalen Duren's over? You assume if he's going to play, he's going to return to his normal minutes? You assume he's going to play? It's a great spot. The Pistons overall, though, are injury-rattled team. This is a great spot. Again, on February 27th, they used that center that day that was healthy in James Wiseman and attacked them to the tune of 23 points. So whatever center's in there, you fancy they're going to go back to dominating the paint again tonight like they did February 27th. So, but again, I'm not going to take a stab at James Wiseman and then get screwed when Duren is in the starting lineup. I'm not in the business of that. Saw how well that worked out for us last night with Chris Paul. So not in the business for that. So unless you guys got some insider information and you agree with the sports books that maybe Duren's not playing, and somebody drops in a comment like, oh yeah, that dude's not playing. But from everything I see, it's looking like he's going to return. So I don't want to get bit in the ass. So I think that's another one where what time's that game start? 6 p.m. Central. Maybe not find out till 5 p.m. Maybe not. We're not going to find out 5 p.m. So those are the 3 spots I've got tonight circled in the NBA. The 3-pointers there for the Knicks, the 3-pointers there for Halliburton, and then also one of these centers there for the Pistons to have a nice night from a points production. So gutted that I can't share a bet on any of those, but I think I've explained why I can't share a bet, and I think it makes sense. I think if you do it now, you could be in a little bit of trouble. So let's move the conversation over to hockey now, where I think we've got the same problem with our shots on goals and too goddamn juicy. So then you look at a couple favorites, right? We've been relatively successful at that, with the most recent being the Bruins and Kings moneyline parlay. So tonight, do you do a Hurricanes and Kraken moneyline parlay at plus 123 over Caesars? I've got to give out a bet on this show. I'm either going to decide between this hockey parlay at plus 123 over at Caesars with the Hurricanes Kraken moneyline parlay, or I'm going to lock in on Halliburton 4 or more 3-pointers at plus 150 on FanDuel. I have to give out a bet every day on this show. It's just what I said. I don't think either one of these are reaches because I've done the research. It's just a matter of which one do I think I have more confidence in hitting and then pulling the trigger. So drop in a comment. I will sit here for half a second, stew this over in my brain, and make a decision on which bet I want to give out, because I don't have a bet to give out right now, fellas. I've kind of talked about soccer. Obviously talked about NBA and NHL. I don't have a bet to give out, simply put. I've not bet a damn thing today. I've not bet anything. Really disgusted I lost out on that under in Sporting Arsenal. I knew that was a good angle, but boy, I didn't think I didn't expect to go from minus 125 to minus 175 overnight. So yeah, lost that one obviously. So just sitting here looking at my phone, just really stewing over Halliburton. I think I want to take not the juicy play obviously at minus 175. I think I want to do the. I do want to do the 4 or more at plus 150 over at FanDuel. I just want to just check the boxes. And yeah, they're dead last at defending the 3 to that position. All right, what does DraftKings have that at? Because I saw that they now do alternate 3-pointers. It doesn't have to be on FanDuel. What the heck do they have it at? They have it at plus 145. Okay, FanDuel's at plus 150, so obviously we know where the better price is. It's over on FanDuel. How many times? He's coming off 2 straight performances where he got it done. 5 for 10, 6 for 9. I think he went up against the Rockets earlier this season, I saw. Yeah, he went up against the Rockets and went 2 for 9. That was at Houston, where we know they're 3 percentage points better at defending the 3. They're still ranked 27th in the league, but they're better, but we know they're worse on the road. And we know NBA players shoot the ball better at home. Yeah. All right, fellas, what do you think? Hockey parlay, Hurricanes, Kraken, or Halliburton four or more. I'm good with pulling the trigger on either one, to be quite honest. Grizzlies are getting smoked. Yeah, with no Ja Morant, it's just still to me just not enough big enough sample size to bet their games yet. Steph Curry's going off tonight after losing to the Lakers. Late was just saying, "What up? What up, Dad? What up, man? What up, man? Appreciate you hanging." I'm gonna go with not the parlay, and I'm going Halliburton. All right, I'm gonna buy it, and I'll put it up here on the screen. I'm gonna go Halliburton rather than doing the parlay. Keep it to a single play. I'm gonna do Halliburton. Oh, nice. FanDuel's got a 25% profit boost. Man, they've been generous as hell. Yeah, it's minus 180 on FanDuel for over 2.5. Halliburton plus 150. I'm locking it in, fellas. Let me slap a unit on it. How do you spell this guy's name so I can put it on the screen? T 7 3. Remember my device. Let's say Tyrese Halliburton over 3.5 3 p.m. All right, put that up on the screen. I'm gonna get my unit on it, so you guys aren't betting this alone. I want to come along with you guys for the ride. All right, I'm locked in. See, we got this profit boost here, so heck yeah, we can make some arbitrage money. Man, FanDuel's giving them one every day now. What'd you say here, Tyler? Here's a bet for Miami and Toledo under 73.5 in the first half. Starts soon. NCAA starts a couple minutes. I don't know if I'm that quick. Toledo. Let's see what we got. Can I get it in? First half total. I got under 74.5 on FanDuel. Minus 120. I got under 74.5. I'll come along with you for the ride, Tyler. I won't make it an official bet just because I think people would be like, what? You're betting college basketball all of a sudden? But I appreciate it, man. I trust you guys' work just like you guys trust my work. So I'm coming along for the ride there, Tyler. I'm smacking a unit on this. I just dropped to 73.5 at minus 112. People are on you, Tyler. No shit. It just went from 74. I bet Rivers has still got 74. That book is always lacking behind. I'm going to see if I can hop on Bet Rivers real quick and get this in. Oh, no, the game started, so I can't get it in on that site. All right, hold on. I'll just take the 73 on FanDuel. 73.5. All right, I'm in, Tyler. Appreciate the bet, man. Whether it wins or loses, I appreciate the bet. There you go. Now I've got something to sweat from 10 to noon. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Better yet. No, I didn't get it. FanDuel changed. I'm down to 73 with you. All right, put that back up. So, all right, that's all we got, fellas, right now. Halliburton over 3.5 3-pointers. Yeah, just as upset that you guys are that we can't have a plethora of bets, being displayed on the screen. But I think guys would appreciate more of that, not just trying to fire out, forcing bets or do the Arsenal Sporting under 3.5, drop that in a parlay with, Betis under 1.5 team total or United team total. Or I don't know, man. Not really not interested in Europa League to begin with, so definitely not interested in complicating it by parlaying shit together in Europa League. So, but I am interested in getting a free roll in on it because, like I said, I'm going to watch those games. So we do have a $10 free bet. So whenever I tweet this card, I'll be tweeting a free roll in Europa League with that $10 bet. I am interested in using that. So, all right, fellas, I think that's it. Sorry that the books, and that we don't have the props, and typical NBA and injury news is holding it up there, and obviously the Knicks game, and then obviously with the Pistons games as well. So, yeah, that's what we got. So, all right, fellas, I think that's going to do it. So just stay tuned me on Twitter. We'll fire out some bets. We'll add something to this Halliburton here in the Knicks game and the Pistons game, as I mentioned, and look for a free roll a little bit later on Twitter for this Europa League games. Hopefully you guys have a good Thursday. Make sure you come on back for tomorrow. We'll have some NASCAR head-to-head bets, as William and I are doing the Highline podcast today at 1 p.m. Central Time. At 1 p.m. Central Time, we'll break down this week's NASCAR race there at the Phoenix Raceway, and then that'll come in with giving out you guys some head-to-head bets tomorrow. And then also the weekend slate, of soccer bets, and Matt and I will, of course, be doing Between the Posts, and and then we'll give out, obviously, soccer bets on tomorrow's show as well. And then we've already got some nice bets tomorrow in the NBA. I have already looked ahead. We do have got the Raptors in action tomorrow, so we'll see what's going on with Fred VanVleet. And then, obviously, even if the Suns are playing, I think that play's ruined a little bit there with Chris Paul, even if the Suns are in action. Unless Durant's, going to bounce back from this ankle injury. But otherwise, yeah, I think that play is going to be dead for a little bit. But Fred VanVleet, he's in action tomorrow, so that's music to everybody's ears. So, all right, fellas, go enjoy your Thursday. Look to give you guys some winning bets on tomorrow's show, and have yourself a good day. See ya.